Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great start to your day. Today I wanted to talk about a very important topic called what exactly is the science of happiness? Happiness, we love that word, we all strive for it. But what exactly is the science of happiness? So as a doctor of psychology, I thought this would be a wonderful topic to come on and talk about because let's face it, who doesn't want to strive to be happier in their lives? Let's remember that happiness means different things to different people. So the study of the science of happiness is a field of study that explores how to achieve happiness, what the factors are that go into happiness, and how to maintain it throughout your life. Are you interested? Let's get started. So there are many different factors that go into happiness. Things like genetics, believe it or not, health, relationships. We'll get into each of those momentarily, but before we do, I wanted to talk about the Imprint app. The Imprint app is a brand new way of learning from the ground up, and if you've never used this app before, you're in for a real treat. Imprint helps you learn quickly, effectively, and interactively. So this is a great way to stop the doom of scrolling. You can take lessons that are 2 minutes long, they are visually appealing, and they help you in an interactive way to understand and retain the information. You can even take short little quizzes and you can test what you've learned. I love being a part of the Imprint community, and as you can see, I have recently looked into the science of happiness on the Imprint app, and it helped to really supplement the information that I had from my knowledge, from my schooling. It provided me with new information and things that were very relevant in my world today. So as you can see, I have the app pulled up on my phone. By the way, Google named the Imprint app the app of the year, so you cannot beat that. Let's face it, we all have a few minutes a day for learning to enrich our lives. And by the way, there are a variety of lessons you can choose from. Right now, you can get a 7-day free trial and a 20% discount off your annual subscription by going to imprintapp.com/Delaney or clicking the link in my description. So let's talk more about the science of happiness to help you understand the factors that are involved. I think by understanding the factors, you can work towards inner peace, inner happiness, which is not always easy to do, but knowledge is the first step to power. So genetics, believe it or not, plays a huge role in happiness. Many of you probably don't know this, but research has indicated that genetics play 50% into your happiness. That is a huge part. Now, what does that mean exactly? It means that just like anything else when it comes to genetic, we may be more or less likely to be predisposed to certain situations, certain feelings, and happiness is one of them. So if you were brought up in an environment where there was a lot of negativity around you, you are probably somewhat conditioned, and it is in your genetics to be the same. Knowing that is power. And from there, we can use that information to try to work around and do things that would circumvent our natural predisposition and hopefully lead to a path of better happiness. So genetics, 50%, that's a huge percentage. The next part of happiness has to do with personal choices. And personal choices make up 40% of our overall happiness, which again is a pretty big number. Sometimes we make good choices, sometimes we make bad choices, but hopefully we all learn in the interim. Now, 10% of that is attributed to life circumstances. So that's really things that are outside of our control. So there's a saying that I always like to say, and I've taught this to my daughters, I believe in it. It is, give me the strength to change what I can, the patience to deal with what I need to in my life, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. So that really bridges the gap between personal choices and life circumstances and understanding what we can and cannot control. And with that information, hopefully we make wiser choices, and then we're also more patient dealing with the things that we do not have as much control over. The next factor when it comes to happiness is something you have probably heard of and are familiar with, which are happiness hormones. These are endorphins, things that help us innately to feel that adrenaline rush, that sense of fulfillment. And there are ways in life to identify what creates those endorphins for you and continue in those areas so that you have more consistent happiness. And that's where the individuality will come into play. So everybody has different things. Some people like roller coasters, that gives them adrenaline rush. For some people, it's just touch, or maybe going for a long walk on the beach. So anything that you feel gives you that natural endorphin, go for. Another factor that I think we're very well aware of are relationships. Relationships are a key part of our lives, a key part of our happiness. Those relationships can really be anything from a significant other to siblings, to children and parents, and even in some situation, colleagues and coworkers. So identifying the people in your life that contribute in a positive way, that provide you with positive energy, are definitely a key to happiness when it comes to relationships. And then lastly, I always like to talk about health. As a health and wellness expert, health is also very, very important. And we all know that health is the foundation of everything. So it really doesn't matter what we have in our life monetarily. As long as we are healthy, we should always remember that. So please, this is my reminder. When it comes to the science of happiness, health is a critical component, and that is even more of a reason that you should be aware of how you're treating your body, both physically and mentally. I hope that you found this a really useful video. I love to talk about science and, of course, mental health. Please, if you feel anyone would benefit, share the video. We would love to share the science of happiness and get everybody feeling their best. Please drop any comments, questions, thoughts, things that you know about the science of happiness. I always love to learn from all of my subscribers. I hope you guys all have a wonderful and happy day. See you all soon.